everybody, I welcome you all to the next video on our channel. So today we'll be talking about levels of teaching, which is another important topic as far as teaching aptitude of NTA NET exam paper 1 is concerned. So today we'll be talking about the three levels of teaching: the memory level, the understanding level, and the reflective level. So to start with, we'll start with the memory level of teaching. The major proponent of the memory level of teaching is Herbert. According to the memory level of teaching, it basically tries to induce the habits of rote memorization, and also the focus of the memory level of teaching is entirely on memory, and it is based on the behaviorist theory, meaning to say that stimulus response leads to habit formation and habit formation leads to learning. So based on the behaviorist theory, we have the memory level of teaching being built up. The memory level of teaching basically emphasizes on memorization, rote learning, and there is a lot of emphasis being laid on the capacity of the brain to store information and reproduce information. So the teaching process is basically based on stimulus response, as I told you already, and it is believed that this stimulus response leads to habit formation. When a kid does a particular thing, it receives positive or negative reinforcement, and that reinforcement acts as a stimulus and it promotes learning. When that becomes a continuous process, it is actually called a habit, and this habit is something that actually develops into learning. Now, if you look at the whole process of teaching and learning as far as the memory level of teaching is concerned, the teachers play the prime role in the memory level of teaching, and learners merely reproduce the material that is being provided to them. And as far as the evaluation pattern of the memory level is concerned, you basically have oral tests, written examinations, and also essay type examinations. Moving on, we have the understanding level of teaching. The understanding level of teaching is a concept that was actually proposed by Morrison. Now, understanding is basically memory plus insight is what is called as understanding. The main focus is on the mastery of the subject, and both the teachers and the learners actually play a very active role, because the teachers also have to assimilate facts in order to present the facts to the students. Similarly, the students also have to understand the concepts. So both the teacher and the student both play an active role in the understanding level of teaching. The focus was earlier on the brain and the memory, the capacity to retain facts. Now the focus shifts from the brain and the power of retention to the mastery of a subject or the mastery over a subject. And the main focus of the understanding level of teaching is that the students understand generalizations, facts, and also principles. In order to understand this particular level of teaching in a better fashion, we'll pick up an example from class 6. The physics textbook talks about mirage. Now, mirage is nothing but an optical illusion which is caused because of the refraction of light. And if you look at the practical applications of mirage, you would actually understand that mirage is something that is very common in real life, because when you travel on a highway, you see something sort of water that is ahead of you. It actually appears as if there is water lying in front when you travel on a highway. Now that is because of mirage. If the understanding level of teaching is in place, the teacher will take that extra effort in order to explain a concept, relating it with real life incidents. Now moving on, we have the reflective level of teaching. The major proponent of the reflective level of teaching is Hunt, and this is considered to be the highest level of teaching because it includes both MLT and ULT, where MLT is nothing but the memory level of teaching and ULT is nothing but the understanding level of teaching. Now this is a very thoughtful process because reflection is actually the key in the reflective level of teaching, wherein you talk about self-audit. You actually move inward and find out if you were playing your role as the learner or as the teacher in that particular teaching learning process. And it is also said that teachers play a passive role in the reflective level of teaching, while students play an active role in the reflective level of teaching. So this is considered to be the highest level, and it is also sort of a very challenging level as far as students are concerned. Today we have looked at the three levels of teaching, wherein the memory level of teaching is based on the memory, the brain's capacity to retain information, and then we looked at understanding level, which is more of memory and insight clubbed together, resulting in an understanding of a particular concept. And then you have the reflective level of teaching, wherein you actually reflect on on the whole process of teaching learning itself. So that's it for this video. Until I see you in the next video, take care, stay safe.